Gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the JDF Memorial Sovereign Soundboard. Maybe. There we go. As always, you can find us on most platforms streaming your favorite podcast episodes, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you're listening on the iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Links to all the platforms and the merchandise available only at ykwrestling.com. Now, welcome, everybody, to Knock If You Buckingham Palace for the greatest and only coronation that you will be a part of for this week. There was no other coronations to speak on that I know of. As always, I am the thespian T.C. Fontaine, a.k.a. TCF, baby. Please say the baby. Joined by King Reek of House of Havoc, first of his name. We here. And joined by special guest. Who we got coming to the palace today, sir? King Reek, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Young Kings Wrestling proudly presents to you the hostess with the mostest, the shaman of Sheely, the MVP, the hardest working women in all of wrestling podcasts today, and the Sultan of Step on Me, Mrs. Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hi.
That was dope. That was better than the usual.
Yeah. Now he improves every once in a while.
Yeah, I gotta
get
some kick to it. Get some kick to it. You know.
Hey, y'all. Welcome, as we mentioned before, to Knock If You Buckingham Palace. If you haven't been here before, this is Young Kings Wrestling. This is your first time. Welcome. We never know if we get any first time listeners or not. Nobody ever lets us know that they tapped in. Y'all tap in on the sneak. So welcome.
Always.
So what you're gonna get on here is a lot of soundboard usage, rather. A lot of hip hop references, a lot of sports references.
Mm-hmm.
Might sprinkle a little gambling speak in there.
Oh, for sure.
What we got.
For sure.
So follow us on social media at YK Wrestling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Young Kings Wrestling. Got a lot of content that's being brewed up and worked on. So enjoy. And shout out to my Los Angeles Lakers. Again, second week in a row. And an additional shout out. I didn't have this on my notes, but this just happened like right before we got on to record. Shout out to the Boston Celtics for taking another L. I love it. And we watch wrestling all week long here. So let's discuss what we watched this past week. You still in 04, Reek?
Yeah. I'm right before, what is it? Judgment Day 04.
Oh my Lord.
So that's the bloodbath match.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not. So Eddie bled like crazy at Judgment Day. And JBL was bleeding like what JR say, a stuck pig at Great American Bash when he won the belt, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hit me was hot. I was hot. I was mad. I was just watching earlier today. I ran back Backlash. We're gonna talk about that. But I watched Over the Limit 2010 because I was thinking like I can't remember nothing John Cena did in 2010 aside from getting jumped by Nexus. So like whatever he did before that, I don't remember. So I had to go run it back. Over the Limit. And Drew McIntyre, that boy was tiny. He was little in 2010.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like he went away, put on some beef, and Straight Edge Society CM Punk was the best version of CM Punk in my opinion.
Yeah, don't add me.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
Including Summer of Punk 2011, I'm including that. Because the residual effects that we got from that version of CM Punk to this day annoys the hell out of me. So it wasn't really that great in hindsight, but at the time it was cool. 2010. Anybody want to tell me why Virgil was on WWE television in 2010?
What?
He was with Ted Jr.
Hold the fuck on.
Oh my god.
Okay, that makes sense then.
It do, but like, still, tell me why.
I don't guess as good as mine. Like,
yeah.
But Ted gonna pass his services off to his son. Like, that's how we.
I guess if the checks is clearing, you don't care who you working for. Just keep the money coming in.
About them checks.
Yeah, about them checks.
Because I don't know nowadays.
Yeah. And then the main event at Over the Limit, John Cena versus Batista in an I Quit match. That's the main reason I turned the show on. Because I couldn't remember what John Cena did. And I remember the I Quit match, and he threw Batista off the car, through the stage, and then Batista quit later that, the next night on Raw, came out in the wheelchair and quit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't see Batista again for about 3-4 years.
He was wearing the sling and in the wheelchair. I quit.
Shout out to Batista. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this past weekend. Y'all check that out?
Yeah. I'm going to see it tomorrow morning.
Damn, Katie.
I seen it Friday.
We was going to come on here spoiling it.
Please don't.
Yeah, we won't. We'll spare you. Batista, though.
Thank you.
Incredible.
They almost stressed me. Several times.
Yeah, a couple times.
Like, oh.
I don't even mess with the Guardians like that. And they had me like, damn.
Right.
Marvel's best movies in a minute, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like, probably since the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Shang-Chi was I
was highly impressed by Shang-Chi.
I was too. I didn't see Eternals. I have no desire to.
It's not even. Don't even do it. It's not even worth your fucking time.
Yeah, I know.
In the grand scheme of things, if you follow the whole thing, eventually you're gonna need to watch it, but ain't no rush.
I don't have any desire to continue watching Marvel.
Cause there's layers to this shit. There's all the shit that happens on Earth, and then when we go beyond Earth and we start talking about the bigger, badder, giant fucking characters, stuff like that, that's where this kind of comes into play. But it's more of past shit than current shit. So again, ain't no rush. But at some point in time, it's all gonna get tied into this shit.
Yeah, I ain't seen Ant-Man yet either. I need to check that out.
It was good.
Y'all see that?
It was. I didn't expect it to end that way, but it was definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Disney, if y'all need a new Kang,
nah, man, Disney ain't canceling nobody, man.
You never know.
Not. They bet.
Yeah, you
cancel
never know.
Terrence Howard.
Hey, he canceled his damn self. He tried to talk about he want to make more money than Robert Downey.
Oh yeah,
who's the lead character? Like, come on, stop it.
Hey, that's an elite bag fumble right there. He didn't even start all the way yet. He fumbled the bag early.
Like, bro, you was about to get paid for a decade plus.
Yeah, you was wilding. I bet you Terrence Howard see Don Cheadle just at Hollywood.
Yo.
He be giving him that eye. He be giving him that Lucius.
He looked at that Michael Jackson meme when he just in the corner like.
Right. Hey, let's continue. We deviated from the wrestling a bit here. That's what happens on Young Kings Wrestling. That's what happens in the palace. Shit happens.
Detours.
Yeah. It's a big palace. You get lost.
Right.
Did y'all watch Trinity in Impact this past week?
I seen some clips.
Yeah, I saw clips.
I gotta go back and watch the whole thing.
It's some of the smartest stuff I've ever seen Impact do in a very long time. They knew everybody was tuning in to watch Trinity debut. They held it off to the last 10 minutes of the show.
Sounds about right.
That's the smartest shit that they could ever have done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's go ahead and put out see where they were wrong at is the shit that they put in front of people before that. There was some Rhino, there was some Bully Ray, there was some Steve Macklin.
We still doing that?
All right, do y'all know who Steve Macklin is?
Now, well, I was about to say that because I know who Steve Macklin is. When the hell did he become the world champion?
The last show they did.
Yeah, their last pay-per-view, because wasn't Alexander injured?
Yeah, Josh Alexander vacated.
Yeah, I remember he vacated, but Steve, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't know who Steve Macklin is, you might have forgotten him. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's why I was so confused, because I think it was that post, because Deanna is the women's champion again.
Yeah, Deanna. So Deanna and Steve Macklin are either engaged or married.
They're married.
Yeah,
I think they got married,
and they're the top champs in Impact right now. So
Steve Macklin.
But speaking of Deonna Purrazzo, Trinity comes out there and she says she wants to come to the best women's division in wrestling. So she ended up at Impact because there's really only 2 women's divisions in North America that matter. And she left the other one, so by default. But she came out there. She put Deonna Purrazzo on notice. Deonna Purrazzo came out there and she said some shit that had me like, ooh, they went there. She talked about how, you know, she was in the position that Trinity was in before as a newcomer, and she had to work her way up. And she let Trinity know when the going gets tough, you can't just walk away. That's what she said. Jordan Grace comes out there. We got Deonna Jordan Grace for the Knockouts Championship coming up here in a few weeks. And Trinity probably gonna take on the winner. She got to work her way up.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Trinity.
So what I'm hearing is the women are the only compelling thing about Impact TV. So why don't we just get rid of the men and just make it an all women's promotion at this point?
The women, the X division, per usual. Yeah. That's really how it's kind of always been.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no offense to the AJ Styles and the Samoa Joes and the Kurt Angles.
Oh, that's the past. We ain't talking about the past. I'm talking about present day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
once upon a time, yeah.
But once upon a time, the women in the X division were the mainstays, the main attractions too. So like, nothing changes as things just remain the same. Years go by. But now, the men haven't been hitting for
a good while.
For probably since Lashley and Drew and like LA Knight, Eli Drake, and all them were around.
Yeah.
That was really the last time, because when I first started watching Impact again, you had Crimson Chin, you had Sami Callihan, and you had like Moose was involved, and like they dropped the ball on Moose like crazy. I can't believe they did that a couple years back.
Yeah.
Regardless of how people may feel about Moose personally, 2021 Moose should have been protected way better. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
We can talk about Impact Wrestling all day.
That's true. I'm just saying, food for thought. All women's promotion. And because if they do that, I guarantee you, almost exclusively white will become almost exclusively white men. In a heartbeat.
I mean, it already is pretty much. But
yeah.
There's even more. But let's table that conversation for another time. We don't talk about Impact enough on here. Let's have a whole episode dedicated to Impact one of these days.
All right.
Do that. Let's discuss what happened this week in wrestling history. 2002, probably the most eventful day in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment. They became World Wrestling Entertainment. Had that lawsuit with the World Wildlife Fund. Got canceled by a panda bear. Crazy. So that happened. However, meanwhile, at the same exact time, thousands of miles away, the plane ride from hell was taking place. So very eventful day in the history of the WWE. Scott Hall, Mr. Perfect eventually end up losing their jobs over it. A couple other people should have lost their jobs too. It's neither here nor there. Several. 2003, RIP to Miss Elizabeth. She passed away this past 20 years ago. This past week. Damn. I remember hearing about that story when I was younger. I was actually pretty disturbed. Like hearing a 911 call from Lex Luger and all that shit. Crazy.
Yeah.
10-year-old me was disturbed. That was disturbed.
For sure, man.
This is a few weeks after like my grandmother passed away too, so a little disturbed hearing that call on television. You had Gene Okerlund feeling, talking real somber, confidential. Did y'all used to watch that?
I remember the show, but I don't think I actually watched it.
I watched it every single week. It used to come on after Velocity every Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever got to watch
Bring back
it.
Velocity too, by the way.
I was about to say, Velocity was my show. Oh my God.
The rename Main Event to Velocity. Bring it
back.
It
was honestly, it was some weeks I got more hype for Velocity than I did for SmackDown. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I did
if
too.
It was a slow week on SmackDown, I'm like,
primarily because like the cable I had didn't have SmackDown. Couldn't get SmackDown. So I had to find out what happened on SmackDown by watching Velocity and watching, what was it, Afterburn? What was the recap show? Damn, I'm showing my age. Let's move on.
Yeah.
2004, Jacqueline defeats Chavo Guerrero to win the Cruiserweight Championship. The only woman to hold the title in the WWE. The third woman overall. It's a couple in WCW. Daphne, I know, was one of them. 2005, Shawn Michaels defeats Shelton Benjamin on Raw. We get the GOAT Sweet Chin music. The greatest sell. One day I want to ask Shelton or Shawn, who came up with that? I needs to know. Whose idea was it? Got a better shot at asking Shelton.
I mean,
pull up at Wale Mania next year.
Yes, sir. But you know something? Everybody like to forget this. He did it again 6 months later. Survivor Series. It was Ray. Because Ray hit him with the 619. He was going off the top rope again. And Shawn hit with that exact same kick. And it took his whole body with him.
You said Survivor Series?
Like, yeah. That's how he eliminated Ray. Like, Shelton's was better.
I know that match was fire. I don't remember nothing from it besides Taker coming back.
I don't know.
Yeah, the match was wild, honestly. Because Shawn went on that run. It was like back to back. He eliminated, I think it was Ray first, and then JBL came in, ran up, caught it real quick, eliminated him too right after that. Like, Shawn went on a whole run before him and Orton was the last two. But yeah, he hit Ray with that same Sweet Chin music, and it wasn't as good, but it was up there.
Yeah, nothing beats the original.
Yeah, that was crazy.
2007, Edge, this past week, won the Money in the Bank from Mr. Kennedy and cashed it in on The Undertaker later that week to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Seeing Mr. Kennedy fail warmed 14-year-old me's heart. I did not like the guy. When I was a teenager, couldn't stand him.
I didn't believe in the idea of him being world champ. I never did.
I did not. People was comparing them to like the next Stone Cold for some reason, somehow. I don't get that. Never saw that.
Whoa.
It was a lot of hype around him, and I was happy to see that hype fizzle out. It was unfortunate the way it fizzled out. Because they took the Money in the Bank off of him because they thought he was going to be hurt for like 8 months. And then he wasn't even hurt that bad. So they didn't really need to take the Money in the Bank off of him. And I think he got suspended later that year for around the time everybody got suspended.
Oh, yeah. They implemented the new policy after it happened.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that. It was Sports Illustrated had an expose, and it came out like the doctor that was servicing Redacted was servicing all these other wrestlers, and so all of them got suspended. I know it was like Edge, Booker T, and Kennedy got suspended. There was some other name. John Morrison was one of them. He had to drop the belt to Punk.
Right.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. And then late, like a couple months after Kennedy comes back, this dude hurts John Cena, and it was a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
But teenage me, I was hyped.
Kennedy spelled the death knell of his WWE career with 2 botches. First was Cena, the second was Randy, and Randy was like, "Nah, you gonna get him."
Randy got that nigga out of here immediately.
Y'all gotta get him out.
I've not seen him since. He was in TNA. Yeah. Now he's like bald. He's like balding with a beard now. He's a little older. I feel
Yeah.
old too. His entrance was cold though. I used to do that. That was about the only thing I liked about him.
Yeah, with the mic, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero's last match.
Yeah.
He wasn't that
Yeah.
bad. He wasn't world title material to me though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mid card was where he was at.
Yeah.
Because
Shout out to
I
Ken
like the run
Anderson.
he had with the US title.
Oh yeah, that was ill. That was ill. Happy birthday this past week to The Rock. He's scared to show up. When the last time we seen The Rock on WWE?
Damn. Had to be what, 20?
It was SmackDown. It had to
Oh.
be SmackDown.
No, that's the premiere of SmackDown on Fox back in like 2019.
That was the last time.
Oh my god.
It's been too long, Dwayne.
Yeah.
You could have came. You could have showed up at WrestleMania. You wasn't even there. That was a crazy.
In Hollywood,
bro.
Yeah.
Your daughter wrestled that same day. All that.
There's no excuse. No excuse at all.
Nope.
No excuse.
No excuse.
Elsewhere this past week, Big Boss Man, Mr. Fuji, Orange Cassidy. What's the new name of that belt he hold now? I know they changed the name. International title.
All Atlantic.
No, that was the old name.
Yeah.
Oh, it changed. Oh,
yeah, they changed it like International Championship or something.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. There's a lot of stuff going on. Coca Bena, happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, birthday twins. Surprisingly, Dakota Kai and Piper Niven. Yeah, that's cool. And Top Dollar. Did y'all know Top Dollar is 33?
What?
Really?
He only 33. I'm old. He's 2 years older than me.
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Tonga Lau, happy birthday to him, son of Haku, the legend. Happy birthday to Kevin Owens. And happy birthday this past week as well to Stu Hart, grandfather of the boat, Natalia Neidhart. And an Owen Hart, the uncle of the boat.
No, we're not doing that.
I knew that was going to pop.
You're not doing that.
And another, I held this one separately for a good reason. The happiest birthday this past week to our guy, Pat McAfee. And congratulations are in order to him and his wife on the birth of their daughter this past week. Daughter showed up early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks early. Shout out to him. Amazing birthday.
Yeah.
Now your birthday don't matter no more.
No, not at all.
That's the worst part. I used to know a lady at my job. Her son's birthday was the same day as hers.
What?
Her son turned 18. She reclaimed her birthday back.
As she should.
Not giving you nothing else no more.
Like, that's just automatic at that point.
Big facts. Hey man, where we out in the Royal Addressing Rumors, Reek?
All right. We gotta catch up some time, so I'm gonna make this quick. Yeah. Conor McGregor had some shit to say about SummerSlam, particularly Roman and Paul Heyman, and him and Paul were kind of chirping back and forth. But Conor, as always, just making his boastful, statements, things like that. Or he gonna pull up to SummerSlam and kick Roman Paul up off the bus, all this other stuff. And Paul's a salesman; he's gonna entertain it. So we may or may not see Conor McGregor show up at SummerSlam. It's a possibility. It never owns WWE and UFC, so a crossover is bound to happen at some point in time. So that's something to look out for.
Probably gonna make that official around the time of SummerSlam too.
Oh, I'm sure.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you don't get bigger star power in the UFC than Conor McGregor, without question.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah. So I say a lot of times that I don't report rumor because I gotta wait and see. But I will say that this was noticeable. The Money in the Bank advertisements for the O2 in London, noticeable name was taken off of it, and that was Drew McIntyre. Now, I mentioned a couple weeks ago the rumor was that he may or may not be on his way out to WWE. His contract is up. Not being able to find some middle ground on a new deal, so we might not see him back in WWE. This we gonna see what happens, but added some fuel to the fire. And Roman is now on the advertisement, so there's a good chance that he's going to be working the show. So that's another indicator. I don't know.
Okay. That's where he will lose at.
It's possible.
Might be.
Easy. This is easy. Triple H, Cody Rhodes, winning Money in the Bank, cashing in on Roman at the end of the show. Easy.
Could happen.
They could do it. So last night, probably the high point of Backlash, which we'll get to. In the middle of that match with Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, we saw returning Carlito.
Yeah.
Run up in his hometown crowd in Puerto Rico. Got arguably the loudest pop of the night. And we just reaffirmed what we were saying a couple of years ago. We got to get Carlito back in the building. Well, he has something to say about the reaction, everything like that. And, apparently he's been offered a couple deals, some backstage work, producer, stuff like that. And he had turned them down before. He was working some other, shows, different territories. Well, now he's saying that he's open to whatever. So if he's working on screen, off screen, he doesn't really care. He said lately they haven't been calling him, so he said if something comes up, he'd be open. So DJ Paul, I need you to get on your job.
Yeah.
It's
Chris Masters too, man. Chris Masters been trying to get a job for a minute.
Yeah.
Chris Masters only like 38. Something like that. That's crazy. It? Yeah, he debuted at like 21 in 05.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he's about 38, 39. He's still young.
Yeah, and he still looks great.
Yeah.
Like
Carlito 44 looks incredible.
Yeah.
So good.
Sound about right. Yeah, man.
We're gonna talk about a little bit about Carlito a little bit more here.
Gotta make it happen. Tell you somebody else who just be on and off between jobs is Brian Kendrick. He got hired. He got rehired to be a backstage producer and was working last night at Backlash.
Okay.
For the 20th, 25th time he done been hired, fired, rehired, fired. Yeah, we're back around the carousel again.
Yo, the cruiserweight / X division be going crazy backstage.
Oh, yeah.
All of them got jobs. I seen Daivari last night.
Mm-hmm.
I did see him.
I think he produced Rhea and Zelina too.
Ooh. Okay.
Let me find a Daivari nice at it.
Right. All right, and we gonna go over everyone that's in the tournament, or we want to save that for later.
Let's talk about that right now.
All right. So they just announced the 12 superstars who are going to compete for the vacant World Heavyweight title across Raw and SmackDown for some reason. But names are as follows: Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, the United States Champion, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Damian Priest, The Miz, Sheamus, Shinsuke Nakamura, and of course, Cody Rhodes.
Stop playing with Lashley, bro. Like this is y'all last opportunity to get it right. Because I don't see any other way.
So they're gonna have So they're gonna have 2 triple threat matches on each show. The winners of each triple threat match will face each other in a singles match on each show. And the winners from both Raw and SmackDown face each other at Night of Champions to determine the next World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay. I'm trying to look and see like how this is gonna play out. In the finals, I mean, shit. I want Edge to get far because Edge never lost the World Heavyweight title.
That is true. That is true.
It's true.
Bobby Lashley also never lost his last world championship.
You gotta give me Seth somewhere in the final.
It got to be Seth. It's just who he gonna face. Him and AJ.
Maybe AJ.
Incredible. Seth and Edge never missed. Seth and AJ's never missed. Seth and Ray, never. I mean, it was all right. It didn't really miss. It just wasn't in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
I'd be open to it. Seth and
Lashley,
Bobby,
give
though.
me Lashley though. Yeah, give me Seth and Lashley.
Seth and Bobby, you won't have. There's no
that didn't
losers.
miss either.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no wrong answer if you got the two of them.
Well, y'all can give me, in the semifinal, y'all can give me Cody and Seth one more time. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Might as well.
So yeah, Cody and Seth, and then on the other side, give me Sheamus and Lashley. I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Woo! Yeah.
Give me come on, bro. Come on, bro. Triple H.
Listen.
Sheamus and Lashley. I need that at some point. I need that at some point, bro.
Big meaty man slapping me.
I need that.
Exactly.
What to do?
I need that.
Hell yeah.
Why you got SmackDown people in there anyway? I don't understand.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different story. But
you had a couple other former world champions over on Raw, like Jinder Mahal could have been in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have been.
No.
If we're making it should just be all Raw superstars anyways. So
okay. All right. But for that reason, yes. And
exactly.
With
I
3 weeks,
understand why Gunther's not in it. I get it why Gunther's not in it.
I don't. You go Austin Theory in it?
Because if he not gonna win the tournament, why would he be in it?
Exactly. You can't have Gunther just losing in a tournament.
I know it's a triple threat qualifications. No, I don't. He could lose a triple threat without being pinned. I understand that, exactly. But don't put him in the tournament if he's not gonna win it.
I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. But if they was to do it the right way and have it all Raw superstars, then I don't see no reason why not.
Y'all could have had.
There's a lot of what ifs.
Y'all could have had.
But then they could have. That ain't even believable, bro.
I don't know.
Oh,
we're gonna see how it play out though.
Poor guy.
One other thing I would like to just give a shout out to Tamyra Mensah-Stock for signing with the WWE this past week. Only the third Olympic gold medalist to sign with the WWE after Gable Steveson and of course Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
So yes, sir.
I've been calling for her to go to WWE for a minute, and so has she. So she manifested it.
Yeah.
Personality is already there. It's just get all the in-ring stuff together and we Gucci.
It took long enough too. Because wasn't she at SummerSlam when we went?
Yeah. Her and Gable.
Well, I ain't doing shit with him, so.
Oh, Gable training for the Olympics, so.
He also got signed to the draft. How long ago? I mean, he was like a draft pick and was never used.
You done had a whole nother draft in the time span that he was drafted to Raw and never showed up.
Never utilized one.
Y'all just did it for the headline.
Veer showed up on Raw before Gable Steveson did.
And then left and then came back to Raw.
Yeah.
In the same time frame.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's training for the Olympics, so we're still not going to see him for at least another year and a half.
Let me find out they only signed him to get his brother.
That would be a development. But you could have just signed his brother outright to begin with.
Yeah, I mean you could have.
Right.
Hey man, let's talk about this draft this past week real quick, man. We don't got to spend too much time on it, but let's just run through some of the names that switched shows this past week. Night 2. Of course, Rhea Ripley, #1 draft pick to Monday Night Raw. Yep. Seth freaking Rollins going to Raw as well. The rest of the players going over to Raw. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the tag champs. The rest of the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The New Day, Trish Stratus. Thank you, Trish. Ronda and Shayna. Braun and Ricochet. Bronson Reed, Alpha Academy. I enjoyed this one. Caden Carter and Katana Chance. Team KC. I guess they're not going to get their belts back.
No, they ain't.
No, that's okay.
I'm going to still enjoy the match this week, though. It's all good. Kira Tozawa, my boy. Dana Brooke, Emma, Indusher. We just talked about them. Gender, Veer, and Sangha. Rapid turn Sangha. Johnny Gargano. Los Lotharios. What happened to that boy?
Ooh.
Nikki Cross. Odyssey Jones coming up from NXT. Big boy. Piper Niven. Madcap Moss. Tegan Knox, and Xia Li. Yeah. Shout out to Raw and SmackDown. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to shout out to Raw and SmackDown. Let me talk about SmackDown real quick. Austin Theory, the U.S. champ, going over to the blue brand. Charlotte Flair helped solidify probably the best women's roster I've seen on one show since they started doing these drafts.
For sure.
The Usos back on SmackDown. The entirety of the LWO. Asuka, the Brawling Brutes. Karrion Kross and Scarlett. LA Knight, yeah. Pretty Deadly, yes, boy. Rick Boogs. And shout out to Cameron Grimes is back. That's my boy.
Yo.
Shout out to him. Come on, man. Come on, play the soundbite. All right, I'll move.
There we go. We got there.
Man, wake up, Savi.
I know, man. You tripping. It's the second time today. Grayson Waller, your boy. And Tamina. Nobody mean it. So I want to give a shout out to Raw and SmackDown for wasting draft picks.
Yeah.
Because Raw, y'all could have drafted the Judgment Day as a whole.
Sure.
SmackDown, y'all could have drafted the Bloodline as a whole. Y'all was wasting draft picks.
Just creating unnecessary tension.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah.
And then free agents announced, in addition to the previously announced free agents, Baron Corbin, broke-ass Corbin. Give him the Heath storyline at this point.
I was about to say, like, you just do what we did already. Just make it about him not getting the job.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar did pull the Omos and negotiated his status as a free agent. So, per usual,
yeah,
same terms, and nothing changed. Yeah. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, Elias, and Zion Quinn. And nobody wanted him either.
Damn.
Understandably. Real quick, give me 2 thoughts on the draft.
Well, SmackDown just shit on Raw completely.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
They fleeced y'all heavily. I just don't want to see title swaps. You know, I don't want to see title swaps. I don't want to see added title reigns to each other's resume just because they switch titles. Like, just make it smooth and easy behind the scenes, and let's just move the fuck on.
What about you, Katie?
Don't do any title swapping on screen because I don't give a fuck. Just do it backstage. We'll understand. They're both champions, and we don't care. And Raw's women's division got shit on, and it's a damn shame because you have the 3-hour show and not a lot of women. So what the fuck?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's looking real lethargic over there.
Yeah, sad.
As far as like quality, it's still a lot of bodies, but just like now you gotta build these. It's a lot of people you gotta build up over there to matter.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all have no choice but to put Dana Brooke on screen again.
Dana, Xia Li, and Natty.
No.
He draws the line.
You can leave way back.
Oh no, she on the roster too. We don't have enough room to leave women off of the show. So
we got room for one, and I think it works.
I will say the women's tag division is looking pretty decent though.
Mm-hmm.
By decent, it's like 3 teams right now. But,
I mean, it's more than they had.
Yeah. It's still a little. You just gotta build these. You gotta build the women up, man. Like Xylee, Tegan Knox, Piper, Nikki, Dana, Emma. Give us a reason to care about them. Like we already.
I forgot Emma.
Yeah,
I really did.
Like we already care about Rhea, Becky, Trish, Ronda, Shayna, Raquel, Liv. But like the rest of these names, you got to build them up to matter because SmackDown.
Yeah, they done got it.
Charlotte, Asuka, Bianca, Bayley.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
They got everybody. Not. They got all the names, the big ones, except Becky. Like,
right. Becky and Rhea. That's it. And Trish.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, in hindsight, it's
they got Chelsea and Sonya too. I forgot.
It's an opportunity because, like you said, all these names that they haven't built up yet. You know, whenever we get some resolution on what Trish is doing with Becky, that's something you could, give opportunity to work with them.
Yeah, that's gonna be months from now, so they should be ready. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
All it really takes is like 2-3 weeks of consistent TV time. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's talk about Backlash though, man. Backlash from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Shout out to the Boricuas.
Man.
Boricua, Borera.
Man.
Hey, man. I love the show. It was fantastic. I don't think WWE has put on a bad weekend special since probably the Rumble last year.
No, it's all been solid.
All heaters, even the Saudi joints, because they put some effort into them now. So.
Yeah, it's not outside canon like it used to be.
Yeah, it's not a little house show. It's incredible. So let's talk about it. We kicked the show off. Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship. Let me get my grade first, man. I'm gonna give this an A++. Felt like a takeover. Kind of felt like a takeover match. It restored that feeling. Haven't felt that since before COVID.
Yeah. Damn.
Bayley accidentally cost Io the title because Io said, "I don't need y'all out there. I got it." Here come Bayley. End up costing her the belt anyway. So that'll be interesting.
Damn shit. Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Bianca Belair, longest reigning main roster women's champion of the Evolution era. I had to go check it because I was like, this more than Trish. They weren't counting Trish, apparently.
Yeah. Listen, she only had Becky to beat.
They said modern era. And so I'm thinking like modern era. What is that? What does that entail? So
yeah, what is the deadline there? Like
modern era is from 2015 to now.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I know she didn't beat Trish. But she's a good like month and a half from beating Trish.
So she will beat Trish. She'll get there.
Probably.
What to say? At this
I don't
point.
see her losing before then.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't see her losing for at least 2 months.
Yeah.
Should be a good time. What y'all think about this match?
First of all, I'm gonna give the crowd A++ because
all night.
I'm gonna tell you, if this wasn't no indication that we need to get a Big Four, a Rumble, or something in Puerto Rico,
they need a Rumble bad.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what else it's gonna do. I don't know what else it's gonna take.
Crazy.
Perfect crowd for a Rumble.
Like this was, I mean, from first match all the way on through the last one, it was just up there. So that helped all these matches, and this one was gonna hit anyway because look at who you had in the ring. But like you said, it had that takeover feel to it. I was vibing with it. I didn't really care who was gonna win as long as we got what we got. But I liked that it was interesting. The switch up. They initially was cheering for Bianca when she came out, but then as soon as Io came, it was like, yeah, we ain't rocking with you, and it was like
they heard that slap.
The turn, the turn is coming. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I will say, I had mentioned before, there's some legs if we have Bianca potentially go bad guy. I mean, I know we're like,
I thought you was taking that in a whole different direction.
Nah.
Like, yes, you do.
Yeah, we ain't doing all that. We're staying on track. I know we like just kind of going through that glass ceiling with her star power, stuff like that, and it's like you want to keep her face because of the, role model essentially. But listen,
I thought she did some great work as a heel in NXT. She just never won.
Exactly, and we didn't even scratch the surface of it. So I'm just saying, you could do it. That could be the catalyst. But this is A+ for me all the way.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is how you start your PLE, whatever. Like, this is how you fucking start. You got the crowd excited. You really like came to a point where you didn't actually know who would win until Damage Control came out and like fucked everything up. But I love the fact that the crowd was behind EO, them hopefully realizing in the back that you can put some stock into EO again, since she is a fucking star. But no, the match gets A++, like, and you know who produced it? TJ Wilson.
Of course.
Oh, listen.
Of course.
Like, are we surprised?
Nah, not at this point. I'm not. I'll stop being surprised. Like, a while
no.
ago. Now I just want to know if he did it or not. Like, I watch a match. I'm like, I know TJ did this. I just need confirmation.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Next match, we got Seth freaking Rollins taking on the Nigerian giant Omos, aka Nick Zilla, aka Big Black Nigga. And I'm gonna give this one a B-. Actually, no, I'm gonna be nicer to this. I'm gonna give it a B. I did like it. We got a mega stump to take out the Nigerian giant. Because you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Took 3 stumps to take this man down. This is Omos' best match by far.
Yeah.
Now I tell y'all all the time, Omos is the truth, but this is his best match so far. Seth, he makes everybody better.
Yeah.
I don't mean nobody trash. It just mean he make everybody better. Now, if you nicer in the ring with Seth Rollins. That's how that goes.
Yeah.
It's true.
What y'all think of this one?
You said it right there. I'm going further. I'm going A-.
Okay.
Because, listen, it's past time y'all start putting some respect on that man's name, on Omos. Like, I mean, everyone said, oh, he's just another giant. I saw psychology. I saw selling. I saw all of that. Like, this dude, and he's more agile, athletic than all the rest of the giants that we've seen before. Khali couldn't really sell good.
Khali had bad knees.
His legs was too damn long. Like, all of that, and it's like
Big Show. Like, that's a different animal. We ain't
yeah. That's different. That's different. But no, like, Omos
up there with Show though.
He might have been like a work in progress initially, but he done already been. It's been like 3 years since he's been on screen. So I mean,
it's
one
crazy.
by one,
he really been on screen like 2.5 years.
Right. Yeah, it's like we just kind of started putting him on that path.
Actually, it's been 3. It's been 3. You remember he was a ninja?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a ninja. Then he was
Fight Club,
the bouncer. He was the bouncer. Yeah, for Raw Underground. Yeah. So it's like we just kind of got started with him doing the singles run the right way. So like we got plenty of time. So y'all gotta start putting some respect on your name, Seth. I think for as much as it was so randomly put together and it was like, why are we doing this? We say all the time, some of those are the best matches that you can get a lot of the time because it's like it's 2 people who just work together well. This was great. So I go up to A for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna just stick with a B. But I mean, Seth really just like can do it all with everybody, so we were gonna get a good match out of this regardless. And yeah, it was very randomly put together. All of us were just like, why the fuck is this match even happening when we saw the graphic? Because the two have like never interacted, so we were all very confused. But no, they put on a hell of a show. Omos with biggest hater, just kicking Seth while he's basking in his glory. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Omos, man.
Thanks.
I gleam with joy whenever Omos comes on screen. That's my guy. I'm a big fan. Now I want to know who y'all want to see Omos face next, because it's just like, now it's just kind of like on to the next every time he do something.
I ain't
think
gonna
him
lie.
and Bronson Reed do something.
I actually was thinking Bronson Reed.
Maybe. I got another name in mind. And it don't got to be next, but somewhere down the line, him and Gunther gotta run. It's gotta happen.
Oh yeah. All right, that would be crazy.
Hell yeah. That's like triple big meaty man slapping me to the max.
Yeah, like I can't even use that soundbite. I need something new. Shout out to Omos, man.
You a big motherfucker.
For sure though.
Next match.
Sure.
Austin Theory takes on and defeats Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed to retain the United States Championship. It's another B for me. I think this one should have actually followed the street fight. It was pretty short.
Yeah.
But yeah, dudes beating the shit out of each other. Can't get mad at that. Always enjoy those type of matches. However, and unfortunately, we got the tournament coming up. So what I'm about to say, it might bother me in about a week or so. But if I don't see another Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory match, it would be too soon. I'm over it.
Honestly.
And they're both in the tournament, so I might have to see it one more time.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
After that, no more.
It's coming. You know it's coming.
What y'all think of this one?
I'm about the same. It was a fun little sprint. We know that Lashley and Austin Theory already had like that good chemistry working together. Didn't know how Bronson was going to factor into it, but
yeah,
he just played the role that he was supposed to. So it fit for me. It just best I could say. It was just a B.
Yeah, B. I mean, Bronson Reed really kind of like, I feel like this was his proving match to people that he can actually go, and you're in there with Bobby Lashley and Theory. As much as I hate Theory, like I can't deny the fact that he's really fucking good in the ring and plays the sneaky cocky heel so well. Like he stole a victory. So yeah, I mean,
great.
I did what I had to do. B.
He's great.
Nice.
Anybody I see talking stuff about Theory online, I'll just be like, man, you just doing that for attention. You doing that to pop your followers. Right. That's all. You don't really feel that way. Because everything I'm seeing on screen is opposite of what you're saying right now on your little Twitter feed.
Right.
Respect Theory is all I'm saying. Next up, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator, mommy, defeats Zelina Vega in front of Zelina Vega's people, in front of her hometown. I don't think it's not her hometown, but she's Puerto Rican.
Well, she's from New York.
The family there. Yeah, she's from Queens.
Yeah.
Which I just found out she was from Queens. You could have told me she was from the Bronx. I would have believed
it. Yeah. It just fit better.
Yeah.
Most Puerto Ricans I've met around
from the
here,
Bronx.
From the Bronx. But that's because, we right here. So
right. But no, I'm gonna give this a B plus, man. Said Davari produces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Davari.
Okay, yeah.
I went from watching him be a 9/11, whatever they had going on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
To producing championship matches.
Right.
Hell of a journey in this industry. A lot of people go through crazy journeys in this industry. Is why. The crowd hot for Zelina. They said she dedicated the match to her dad, who did pass away in 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That happened. I feel bad for Zelina sometimes, man, because y'all know she a big Aaliyah fan, and Aaliyah passed away like 2 weeks before her dad.
Yeah,
that's rough.
It's terrible.
It's a bad year.
With that being said, I am all on board for Zelina Vega winning Money in the Bank.
Right.
Okay.
Give me that.
Do it.
What y'all think of this match?
Do that.
Let Katie go first. It's Rhea Ripley. Let Katie go.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
This fucking gear. What the fuck? Rhea Ripley's too much sometimes in the best way possible. That pisses me off. Like, no, don't put Dom Dom on your ass. Please don't.
She should have put 2 Ks on each cheek.
Exactly. She should have.
See, we on it right.
It's fine. But no, like Rhea's gear was fantastic. Zelina's gear was fucking beautiful, and the reaction Zelina got was one of the most heartwarming things ever. I give this an A- because the two of them have such great chemistry together. I knew the match was going to be good. I knew Zelina wasn't going to win, but they have to give you the glimmer of hope, especially because they're in Puerto Rico. So, like, I'm giving this an A-.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, they was trying to make me cry. That was just like, oh man, like they ain't really got me in my feelings like that since Bianca Sasha. But that was really good. So I liked it. But there was no doubt in all of it. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I feel like you could give them some more time and run it back again, and I think it would be even better. I'd probably go up into the A's, but ended a little surprisingly. I didn't think the end was coming when it did, but yeah, I don't expect nothing less here. Rhea's gonna have a long run, and I'm all for Zelina winning Money in the Bank. Honestly, I think we could do for her a better version of what we did for Liv because Zelina is a little more believable, and I don't think we dropped the ball because Zelina got help. You know what I'm saying? She got a squad with her, so that's simple. Yeah,
and they get new members like every week.
Every week.
I just seen Liv got a shirt.
I was gonna
what Liv doing?
I was gonna throw a joke in there, but I'm gonna let that live.
That mean Raquel is in there.
Ugh.
Which I just think is funny.
Oh boy. Yeah, I believe it.
And speaking of LWO getting new members, we got 2 new members. In addition to Liv Morgan this past week. In the next matchup was always going to be the match of the night from the very beginning. San Juan Street Fight. Bad Bunny defeats Damian Priest. Chambea. Allah. A plus. Would I be like a prisoner of the moment if I said this is the best entrance I have ever seen in wrestling?
No.
Honestly, it's top 5. Might even be top 3.
2. And it's not 2.
Cause like I done watched it back. And
I watched it about 5 times.
It's incredible.
I got legit goosebumps like at first because like I was expecting to hear, Booker T, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But then you got the whole crowd singing along to it.
And you know what's crazy too?
I felt like The Rock. I was like,
when I remember what song that was the first time I heard of Bad Bunny. Because I remember that was the news that Rick was doing the music video. I'm like, oh, here he go again, trying to stay
is that the video
with the
Rick
times. It was like,
okay.
So, but then I saw the video. And I was like, oh, I don't know who Bad Bunny is, but he making some cold shit. Like, the track was hot, and I'm like, when he came out to that, I'm like, yo, and so by then the crowd had already, they know this dude by now, so it's like everybody knows. Like, it was just perfect. And watching it back, like, yeah, it's got to be in the top 3 for me at least.
It's up there, man. You had Benny taking veteran bumps in his 3rd match.
I went back and I checked to make sure. Like, I thought he had like at least 4 or 5. He done had 3 matches,
and one of them was a Rumble.
Yeah, I'm like, he in that category. Like,
this is his side hustle, by the way. He works his side hustle once a year on average, and he better than a lot of folks. And he don't need to come out there doing what he do, but he living a dream. So I enjoy it. My favorite part of the match. I think everybody's favorite part of the match. Yo, you know the music when you hear it. Carlito.
Oh, man.
As soon as I heard I've never heard Carlito get a pop. And Carlito's wrestled for WWE in Puerto Rico before. Yes. Never got a pop like that. And then you had Savio Vega. It's like, I feel like you pulling up in Puerto Rico, you got to have Savio Vega on the show.
Yeah, it just made sense.
What? listen, that Los Boricuas theme song has always been top tier. From the moment I first heard it when I was a kid, I was like, this is hard. I don't know who this belonged to, because at that point, like Savio Vega and them was out the company already. Like when I first heard it when I was like 9. They had WWE released this CD, and it had like eras of theme songs. It had 3 eras, so the 80s and 90s, and then like the current era. So Los Boricuas theme song was on there, and it was hard. I was like, it's hard. This should have been main event.
Should have.
Yeah, they dropped the ball.
I think I do think you know, you got a group of 6 baby faces jumping 2 heels. It's kind of crazy.
It is.
But ain't nobody mad at it.
I must say they don't fight fair.
Nah. What y'all think of this match, man?
I mean, awareness is important, because it's like no matter where you had this on the card, you can make adjustments on the fly. When you started to show off and you saw like what the atmosphere was like already, that's when you go in the back and say, listen, we flipping this a little bit. That's going on last. Because you already knew Bad Bunny was going to get the hottest reaction out of anybody. But once you saw like how crazy this crowd was about to be, you got to make the switch. Because this was, I mean,
Brock Lesnar just going to have to understand.
Yeah. Like I know his thing is you either put me on first, you put me on last. He got places to go. I got it. But dog, it would have been a smart business decision to just go ahead and do that, because this didn't just exceed expectations. I mean, like, this is up there. This is going to be match of the year candidate. No question. And shout out to Damian Priest too, because as much as we give him Bad Bunny his props, like, Damian Priest is probably one of the best
he did professional
possible. One of the best possible dance partners he could have had for it. And you know they was training together for when they had that match at Mania against Miz and Morrison. Yeah. So they already been working together. So you knew that the chemistry was going to be there. But man, like they just turned this up. Yes. Yeah, they turned this up to 10,000. Like that spot on the outside off through that table, like, bruh, y'all got so crazy out here. And
the spot in the crowd.
Yeah, man, like they was just going off. And like you knew there was gonna be some interference. You knew Judgment Day was gonna show up, LWO, but again, Carlito, Savio Vega, like y'all was just maximizing all the pops. And
LWO came out, I thought it was Eddie Guerrero.
Yo, I'm telling you, every time I hear that Viva La Raza, it's like there's a split second where you really forget that he's been dead for what, 18 years now?
Yeah, 17 going on 18.
Yeah, like there's a split second where you forget that he's not even with us no more.
Validate 13-year-old me when I thought it was a storyline for like a week.
Yeah. Yo. Oh man. Yeah, like that just they knew what they was doing. But this absolutely should have been the main event. But it was a match of the night. It's A+, all the pluses. They did their fucking thing. They broke their foot off in this match.
I ran out of stars and ran out of A+. What you think of this, Katie? And then we can get going. I know we got
yeah, because I have to do another fucking show because I don't do enough. A++, plus all the pluses. I mean, you do really have to give respect to Damian Priest for, like they kept saying, this was Damian Priest WrestleMania, and it really showed. Because like everyone else in Judgment Day got their WrestleMania moment, he didn't, and he said, "All right, well, I'm gonna make this my WrestleMania moment," and he really did. And I mean, Bad Bunny just proving that you can be a celebrity and this just be your side hustle, and you can be fucking fantastic at it. It's insane how good he is. Like I still can't get over the fact that this wasn't the main event. Like it actually irritates me, and I know it shouldn't, but like it irritates me because especially with the ending and like LWO holding him up and Carlito, Savio Vega, like all of this, it was perfectly built for just sending the crowd home happy. Boom, done. But I digress.
It's true.
Yeah, I agree. No, although it wasn't the main event of the show, it's the main event for your time here today.
Nice.
We're gonna plug your socials and we're gonna let you get going and do what you gotta do.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter at KatieRassen13, the link tree I'm about to go, Things She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/She Elite Showcase, watch videos because they're way more entertaining, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts if you want to listen. I do that. I was on World Elite Podcast this week. I was on Creation Conversations on Monday. Smack Raw. Vince and I did a mock draft, which I smoked him. When that comes out, I need verification because I definitely smoked him. And now I'm about to go do botch spots and chair shots. So, yeah.
The Bad Bunny of podcasters.
I like
For
it.
sure.
Reek, remember
sure.
that? Next time I'm on. Remember that.
I got it.
Bad Bunny been busy the last couple of weeks for sure.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So, thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure, my client.
Always a pleasure. Take care. Enjoy your time. And let's talk more about Bad Bunny real quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Somebody said picture Michael Jackson in WWE in 1993. Like, that's what we saw with Bad Bunny.
Basically, because I mean,
Michael Jackson versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh my god, because it would fit so seamlessly if he was like a fan like that, especially with like, you know, obviously he had all the moves in the world, so it's like,
right,
if he could find that way to like blend that into what they was doing, bruh, it would have been.
You pictured Michael Jackson start moonwalking during the Irish Whip.
Oh man, bro. Like, he would have just been cooking. But before the show started, when they just going over, because they just, go through like rehearsals and stuff like that about what they're going to do, Mike would have been in there cooking for hours.
Says, I think when we get to this part of the match, we should do this, and I take you down, and then, you come off the top rope, and then, I go, Shimon, and then you get out the way.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
Now, but somebody said that, I was like, all right. Now I'm trying to think of what other artists on Bad Bunny's level could come in and do this. And I think for my sisters, I need Beyonce and Bianca at Mania.
Oh man.
Set it off.
I was gonna say, unless you're going female, I don't know too many artists that's on his level right now. Cause I mean, we said it, like we say that boy working, he is working.
Yeah.
Like, this show had Coachella, had the gala, like,
right.
He was going off.
I like Bad Bunny. Cool peoples, man. Logan Paul and Bad Bunny have top 10 matches in WWE in the last calendar year.
Right.
And I bet that makes a lot of people mad.
It's one each.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there's only one solution at this point to put a cap on this. At some point,
y'all breaking all types of box office and pay-per-view records and streaming records, all that.
Bro, I gotta see it.
Logan Paul and Bad Bunny, I think, can carry their own against each other one-on-one.
At this point, they got it, especially because Logan is signed. So he with them.
Right.
So by the time we get to Philly, we can set something up. You know what I'm saying? And Bad Bunny don't play. Like, that man, when he had the debut match, he moved down to Florida, was in the PC every day. Like,
right.
Listen, we can just do that.
You living my life. I always wanted to do what Bad Bunny doing.
Right.
And he got a whole nother job.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy.
Man.
It's hope for us out here.
Right.
You about our age too? Yeah. It's hope for us, man. Clock ain't ran out yet.
I got options. You know what I'm saying? I got some options.
Yeah, we both got gyms nearby. So
yeah, right.
Like, hey, you'll see. We gonna come out there. We gonna be young kings wrestling for real. Hey, let's get back on this, man. The Bloodline take on Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, and Bloodline get the win. They haven't been getting much dubs lately, and really the only time the Bloodline been getting wins outside of Roman is with Lil Bruh.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened here. Lil Bruh got the win. He got the pinfall. And there's some tension between Big Bro and Lil Bro.
It's crazy when it's like this was supposed to be the cool-off match. And it started off that way, but then they just started saying, fuck all that. Kick this up several notches, because
that's what WrestleMania main eventers do.
By the time we got to that point where he almost spiked his Big Bro, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, bro.
And y'all tweak, because that's exactly what he was about to do a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all could be in denial all you want to. He was out there to do business that y'all wasn't ready for. Like, that's the only reason he was out there.
He said, I'm gonna make my twin big brothers made men today.
Right.
Y'all know how that go. Roman back on Friday. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Interesting.
With that being said, though, A+++ off rip, because it's the Bloodline. And they don't get nothing less than that.
Yes, sir.
I was still on the high from the previous match, so I had to run this back earlier today just to give it a fair shake, and it hit. What you think?
I was about to say, because I was gonna give it A+ anyway, because like even being in that moment, still like kind of feeling like, okay, this is a cool down match. They turned me around on it like midway through. They started kicking it up a notch, because you know Kev and Sammy, when they on. It just goes like that. They got great chemistry with the Usos. Solo being in there, that was creating a whole nother dynamic to the match. Even Riddle, like I don't give a fuck about him, but at the end of the day, I've always said this: when he's in there in a big match like this, he works. So like, even though it started off one way, it got elevated for me. So I had to give it an A+ off rip, and then teasing this whole, little brother about to do that. You know what I'm saying? About to give him the treatment. You know what I'm saying? With Roman coming back on Friday, we're gonna do some talking. Do some talking for real.
Yeah, Friday is the best day for wrestling, in my opinion. It's great television. And the Bloodline never misses. As much as y'all try to push the narrative, I seen somebody else, which is funny because he friends with some notable names in that locker room. But he be on that bullshit on Twitter like everybody else. I ain't gonna say his name. But he said, isn't it a coincidence how around the time Vince came back that the Bloodline storyline started losing some steam?
Oh, man. You know what? That shit like that just kills me, because...
And so we trying to insinuate that Sammy has been the best part of this storyline, and Sammy was only a part of it for 6 months out of the 3 years it's been going on.
When did they start losing their steam is my question.
When motherfuckers on the internet said it was going to lose its steam if Sami Zayn lost at Elimination Chamber. That's really around the same time.
Like, Usos lost the titles and still, the main ones in this storyline. So I don't know how we lost.
It's a new chapter.
Like, Roman's taking, his dates to chill, but it's not going nowhere. This is still one of the main stories. Was one of the main stories across both shows. We about to see if it's gonna separate finally with the draft, but they haven't been going nowhere. So like, y'all gotta be realistic here. Like, start telling the truth, please and thank you.
Yeah, y'all be reaching. Let's get on to the main event. This was it didn't hit like Bad Bunny would have hit in the main event, but it was still lit. It was still lit. Got a question though, Reek. How many royal families does wrestling have?
So the streets are saying wrestling has more than one.
More than one?
Family.
They do.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes beat Brock Lesnar. Now I seen earlier, was it Saturday? Was the show? I seen somebody who's typically always wrong about things say that it's going to be a squash match.
Yeah, paperwork. That's cap. Totally that means lie.
Because it was not a squash match. They said Cody Rhodes gonna lose in a squash, and it was not a squash match. Cody Rhodes did not lose. Brock Lesnar got busted open legit. I had to go back and watch it because I missed when it happened. It happened so fast. And he hits on the metal turnbuckle. And then just immediately, like Brock felt the cut, and then he just like brushed his finger over the cut. As soon as he did that shit.
Ooh. Yeah, he went.
Brock Lesnar bleed easily.
Full foot. Yeah. But that's because he a meathead. He just be charging head first into this shit and just knocks his head silly. So like, bro, you gotta chill out before you get a concussion out here.
Right, he tripping.
Because every time he bleeds, it's hard way.
Every time. And he lost on a fluke though. So I know he coming back for more smoke.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he getting involved in this tournament.
All right, let's go back up to look at this list of names here. Because who he about to take out of this goddamn
Oh man, I don't know.
I see Shinsuke. I see the Miz.
Oh, Miz ain't making it. I'm sorry, Miz ain't making it, bro.
I see Austin Theory. It may be Edge.
Miz catching the straight backstage.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the Miz. You know, Brock don't wrestle on Raw, so
that's true too.
It's a matter of how they gonna do it, man. What'd you think of this match, though?
So they surprised me kicking it off. Like Cody was not bullshit when he said he was gonna have some smoke for this man. He was like on his ass from the jump.
Hell yeah.
The bell didn't ring, hitting him with steel stairs and the chair, everything like that. Like Cody was all off rip, just was going ham. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm thinking like we about to get a reverse squash right here. Like Brock don't get squashed like that. But no, this was once we got going.
Not the Cody.
Yeah. This is just that one time. But no, this is really what I thought was gonna happen. I wasn't sure if Cody was gonna win. Like I said last week, I even tweeted before the match started. I'm like, don't be surprised if Cody takes this L. Because, we spending a hard time, Daddy. You gotta go through it to get to his redemption. But I said from the jump, Cody was gonna give him a fight. He wasn't just gonna sit up there and just get beat down the entire match. He was gonna take an ass whooping from Brock. Mm-hmm. And he did. But, it came right down to it. He was gonna let him have it before it was all said and done. And they got the win in a way that makes sense, because I said last week that Brock would more likely win, because it's like you can't have Cody decisively beat Brock Lesnar after that shit with Roman, because it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not because now you're just saying that Cody's just that OP, and it's not like that. But the way it happened, it's not similar to how Brock beat Bobby back in Saudi. Like, had that hurt lock on. You don't want to see Brock definitively beat Bobby, but they found a way. This was the way to do it. Locks in the Kimura, rolls up for the pin, gets him up out of there. So Cody brought the fight to him, drew blood. Cody also got his ass whooped, but he sneaks away with a win. Ticked all the boxes. I wouldn't have been mad if Cody had lost here, but once again, the crowd was really feeling it. So, at that point, it's like you got to go with what's smart. So you let him get his win, but Brock is going to get his lick back. So them hard times, Daddy, they still coming.
Yeah, they're going to continue.
But I'll give it a B+. I wasn't too crazy about it, but we'll probably see it again some point.
Shout out to Duke Michael Hayes for that one.
Oh, yeah, of course. Who else?
Yeah, I just came across a producer list, man. Of course, we said, Bianca, Eos, TJ Wilson, and I can't look at the rest no more. Never mind. Never mind. They hit me with the, oh, you're using the ad blocker. You can't look at this. Get on my face. So,
Man, I know Jason Jordan did there. So
Yeah, Jason Jordan did I think Jason Jordan did a Bloodline match.
Okay.
And
I dig it.
Davari did Rhea and Zelina.
Rhea Zelina. Okay.
Cena Best did a triple threat. And yeah. Memory isn't being friendly to me anymore. So we can close the show out now. Fucking show.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, real quick though. I meant to bring this up on the rumors. So I saw a story not that long ago. It was categorized as a rumor. I don't like to report rumors, but I seen somebody say that starting with the draft, all of the content and stories, everything like that had been written ahead of time by Vince were pretty much over. So everything we've seen throughout 2022, even after Vince walked away, was still technically Vince content. Just, DJ Paul was producing it, making changes as he, saw fit, making his own pushes, stuff like that, and adjusting. But now that we've reached the draft, or rather, now that we done passed WrestleMania, because they book the show a year in advance.
I know Vince ain't had nothing to do with that Johnny Gargano, Miz, and Dexter Lumis shit.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, it's not totally because Triple H is running the show, so he's gonna make his changes and adjustments, and he's gonna push his people. But it's like the plans that are laid out. Like by the time we got like WrestleMania, while Triple H had his, make sure he put his stamp on it, it was still a lot of what Vince had already wrote out a year ahead of time at WrestleMania 38, because that's how they make their plans. By the time one WrestleMania is done, they already got the next one planned out and how we gonna get there. So basically, like, I guess a record label is Vince's music, Triple H was still producing it. But now that we done got past WrestleMania and into the draft, and that's why he put so much emphasis on the draft being, so big and it's changing the game. It's like now this is all Triple H's content, and it's nothing from Vince ahead of time. It's all his planning and stuff like that. So that's where, if this show is any indication, then we might be in good shape. Because I know a lot of people have been saying lately, I thought Triple H being the show was going to be better. A lot of this is still him, undoing a lot of stuff that what Vince was doing. But now, at this point, from the draft on, we got a clean slate for DJ Paul to work. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know no Triple H, but this is all about the game. Yes, sir. We're going to see. Well, anyway, y'all can find me at Recapper24 on Instagram, on Twitter. Also, the Havoc Hour. Been shut down a little bit. I might just bring that back soon. So keep an eye out for that. But all the content is up. Sports and entertainment, movies, my movie panel. All my guys, my people that have been on all streaming platforms. We find Young Kings Wrestling, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor. The video version is up on YouTube, and my Instagram page, _the_. You check all that out. Check the content that's up. Like I said, I might bring that back soon. You never know. Schedule opens up a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Also, shout out to Battlefield Pro Wrestling, the legendary Wild Samoan. Their son of Alpha Jr. is running the show up there. Got to go out, see some good wrestling. And my guy Matt Cardona was in the building. Got myself a little penmanship. You know what I'm saying?
You know it.
So I'm talking about.
Yeah. My guy closed out the show. He was actually wrestling a dude that really that was his biggest fan back in the day. So that was pretty dope. That's
fire.
I was trying to get him on the show, but he don't do podcasts. He don't barely got time to do his own shows. So
yeah. There's a lot of them. They do their own podcast. They don't want to do nobody else. I respect it.
Yeah,
like, who gets mad at that?
No. I was like, listen, I feel
completely understand.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't want to talk to you niggas either.
Right.
I was a wrestler. I would assume everybody was just like you niggas, and I would not talk to y'all. I understand when people just turn us down. I get it.
Yeah, man. Like I don't trip over it, but I will tell you this from seeing it in person. I hadn't watched Matt Cardona matches in a minute, but that man has perfected this heel run and his in ring psychology as a bad guy. Got it down to a T. Like we don't watch his whole evolution from trying to make it as a babyface, but now like he done tapped in to how to be a solid heel.
He a legend
for sure. And yeah, no doubt. And we done talked about him a lot on the show already as he been making his way through the indies. But now that I done seen it up close and personal, he got that shit down.
Yeah, right? he a legend for sure. And if I see Matt Cardona is booked for Memorial Day weekend in Vegas, I'm gonna try to make it to that show. As long as it's not GCW. I don't think I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, you might not want to do that.
Yeah, I'm afraid to go to a GCW show.
Me too.
Like, I'm afraid for my health.
Right. They had a death match at that show. I was like, hold up.
Y'all tripping.
We ain't getting no light tubes, nothing like that, but somebody had like a baseball bat with fireworks attached to it.
Oh, Jesus.
Like they was wilding out.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm the thespian TC Fontaine. You can follow me at TC.Fontaine on Instagram, at TC Fontaine on Twitter. Follow my photography at FOY.flicks. I'm trying to get to some of these shows out here, you feel me? During Memorial Day weekend. So holla at your boy if you made it this far. And this just for my peoples, man. Sunday Night Heat.
What happened to that boy?
I'm gonna close this out.
Gotcha.
I seen a disclaimer, but I still want to know. Well, until then, y'all, I appreciate y'all for listening. If you made it this far, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us everywhere, and till next week when we come back with y'all with another one.
Another one.
We out of here. Gone.